Fatally Unique started in the basement of my home. I was a sophomore in high school. It was 2006. I was 15 years old. I took a notepad around the school, lunchrooms, everything. Walked up to people. I mean, I kind of knew who could dance, but I walked up to people and asked, did you want to join my dance team? And I literally took everyone's name and phone number on a notepad, called everyone, set up rehearsal, and the rest is history. It was so important for me to come to my high school because this is home, I grew up here. This is where it all began for me. And so this program that I came to teach in today was the CAPA program, stands for Creative and Performing Arts. This program literally birthed me as an artist, as a dancer, as an actor, as a person in the entertainment business. This is where it all began. This is my baby. She's been dancing with me how many years?
6.
6 years. She's been dancing with me for 6 years.
Wow. I've seen you dance. You're
She's
good.
like my daughter.
Yeah, I've seen you dance.
And the girl can sing. She can sing. So with that history, it was so important for me to come back because this is my way of giving back. This is my way of saying I love my community. I love my high school. I love where I came from. So before I step into this next journey in my life, I could not have went forward without stopping here first. I come from the CAPA program. I was a dancer in the same program. And now I'm traveling the world doing things that I never thought that I'd do. So I wanted to come home and give you guys a little pat on the back and have some fun and have a good day, yeah? This is Cheris. She's a dancer from Fatally Unique. She's been dancing with me for 6 years and she is 20, going on 20 now. So I feel really old because she's been dancing with me for a long time. Okay, so let's spread out. We'll start with warm-ups. All I ask throughout this warm-up is to not give up, yeah? If you have one goal right now, I don't want you to give up in this warm-up, okay?
I've been in this business for quite some time. Matter of fact, since the Fat Boys, and I can honestly say that he is by far one of the hardest working artists that I have ever worked with. Not only is he the hardest, but I'm talking about being consistent. He's consistent with what he does. When I met him, I told him from day one, he's an A-list artist. He is a star. And the only thing that we're doing now, we're getting ready to present him to the world. But he holds all the elements, all the keys. I mean, everything in him depicts that, a superstar. And the world's gonna see, we weren't lying, this is the truth. He is definitely a superstar. I'm excited about his life, I'm excited about his future. I'm excited that I have an opportunity to work with someone like him. He is definitely, matter of fact, let me just say this real quick. I was working with at least 15 different artists before I met him. I literally pulled him to the front. I'm not even kidding you. I had so many people upset with me, but I saw something in him that I did not see in anyone that I had worked with in a very long time. And that's why I'm like, I cuffed him, and it's been forward motion since then, and I'm just really excited about everything that PrinceAlonzo is doing. And you all haven't seen nothing yet.
The funny thing is, I was just telling someone, I started the team in 2006, and next year is 2016. So next year we'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And I feel so old. I really, really like it. It's crazy that it's been that many years. It feels like yesterday I was just here, walking around, having people sign up for my team. It feels like America's Got Talent just happened, and that was 2011. That's like more than 3 years ago. It just all happened too fast. And now I'm here, coming back to my high school after all of these years. I'm not telling you when I graduated. But it's crazy, I'm back home, and today was a good day. I have 3 goals today. One is just to simply have fun. Yeah? I don't want anybody to be overthinking. I don't want anybody to be, y'all in here? Come on. I don't want anybody to be overthinking, nervous, under any pressure. We're just here to have fun. The second thing is that I want to motivate you to be more confident when you dance, yeah? Some of us get in our heads. Before like all of this good stuff started happening to me, I used to be the most nervous dancer in the world. Like I would get in class, who's like kind of struggles with learning things quickly? Oh, you guys are really good. Like dance moves quickly. Oh, well child, it would take me a long time to get moves. And so I'd be in the front of the class trying to learn and be the worst dancer in the room. But when I went to practice it, by the next day, I'd be the best dancer in the room. So I just want to motivate you guys to be just a little more confident when you dance and kind of try to get over the different hurdles. I've been dancing as long as I can remember. My mother was a dancer. I remember at least about 5 years old, I was just starting to dance around the house, and my mom would have me stretching when I was watching TV and different things. And I think by 7 or 8, I was literally choreographing. I would teach my little brother and my 2 cousins dances every holiday. And the family would be expecting a show. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. Those were about the only 2 times the family would get together. We would go in our own little space. I would teach them something and we would perform for the family. And that started at like 7, 8 years old. We don't do that anymore because my brother thinks he's cool and my cousins think they're cool. So I'm the only one that continued to dance, but that's when it all started, in the family. I come from a long line of talent. My mother was a dancer. My grandfather was a recording artist as well. He was a whole all-around musician. He played like 5 instruments, toured, all of the stuff that I'm doing now. And so I'm actually living his legacy. I lost my grandfather right before my last tour. We ain't even gonna go there, but it's been an honor to tour and do the things that he wanted to do. And I'm definitely carrying on my grandfather's legacy. Yesterday, I was at the recording studio and I went over his house. He had a recording studio in his basement. And so I went over to his home and there were some things that he wanted me to have out of his studio. And so I have his mixer and his guitar and this really old thing that they used to record on called reel to reel. This was like before tapes. And I got that. It was heavy as hell trying to, but yeah. Granddad. Warm-up. It's all a mind game. It's all a mind game. And I'll tell you why. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of your decisions. You're in charge of what your body does. So if you're in that position, you tell yourself you don't go down. No, I'm not gonna give up. No, yeah, oh my gosh, it hurts. No, I'm not gonna give up. That's what you have to keep telling yourself. It's all a mind game, yes? So this whole day, I want you to get that control of your mind. You decide what you do. You decide how good you are. Yeah? Nobody decides that for you. You say how talented you are. You say how strong you are. Right? I don't know about you, but I control how strong I am. So if I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna hold it. So for the rest of the class, you're gonna give me 100%. Yeah? Promise? Promise? Okay. I don't know what y'all do that. My favorite part about today, I think, was just looking in their eyes and seeing that I had a connection with them. And the connection was that I used to be you. It was that feeling like I used to walk these hallways. I used to come in this dance studio and to see that it's flipped, that inspired me. And I hope it inspired them, because it was just that, guys, I used to be you. I'm telling you, I used to do the same thing, and look where I am now. I think that was the connection for me with them today. Another big one, there was this girl in the dance class. She was so sweet. I don't even remember her name, but wherever you are, I love you so much. You were so sweet. And you just keep making people's lives better. You don't know it, but you made my day. Really made my day. I think that was my moment. That this little girl, who I'm sure maybe some of the kids probably bully her. She has to be a girl that's being bullied a little. I could see. But she had a smile on her face bigger than anyone in the room. And I'm thinking to myself, if she could do that, I better not complain about anyone that has something to say about me. Go 1 and 2 and 3, down 4. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, up 5, over 6, 7, 7. I can't necessarily say I'm living my dream, because there's so much more that I want to accomplish. There's so much more that I want to do. So many more people that I want to reach. So I can't say that I'm living my dream, but I think the favorite part for me is that I'm getting closer, that I'm moving forward, that every day it feels like I've made some progression. And the biggest thing for me is that now I'm pursuing my music. I'm a recording artist and I'm singing, and this was something that I hid for so many years of my life. So many people didn't know I can sing, because I started as a dancer. And when I even opened my mouth to sing, a lot of people was like, no, maybe you should keep dancing. And that was the thing that pushed me and made me want to be the artist that I am today. I just finished headlining my 3rd international tour. The boy that everybody said, no, you should keep dancing. But it just goes to show that you don't listen to what people tell you. You do your own thing, and you make your own way. So that's my favorite thing right now. I'm not living my dream, but I'm getting closer, and I'm finally doing what I always wanted to do, and that was sing.
Hey, you, with your head held high, well, you got 'em real good. I hope it feels.
The reason why I sing is because my goal is to inspire. My goal is to affect people in a big way. And I feel like those are the people in this business with the influence right now. You know, you think of an artist, a recording artist is getting roles in movies that actors should be getting. They're on the covers of magazines that models should be getting. And then they're doing their job. And then they're making perfumes and colognes, and they're doing all of this stuff. And so when you can do all of these things, it's like limitless to the people that you can touch. And then, like, when I go to the big concerts, like I went to see Rihanna last year at the United Center in Chicago. And I look around the room and it's like all of these people are there to see one person. And they know her every move, they know her songs and all of this stuff, and it's just like the power. Now some people don't use their power wisely, but me, the things that I want to do when I have a fan base that large, I want to touch so many lives before I leave this earth. I'm so serious. I want to change the world if I can. And I mean, you know, there's challenges with that, but that's my goal. To affect people, to empower people, to inspire people. And that's why I still go to these schools. And I'll always do this. No matter how big I get, I'll come back to my school and I'll go to other schools in this community, because this is important to me. It's really important for me to get back in the community that birthed me, go back to the arts programs that I used to be in, see the teachers that I used to get on their nerves. The teachers, oh my gosh, don't even let me go there. But yeah, I mean, this is really important to me, to do this. It has been a long day, really long day. Kind of was bittersweet because I was leaving my mommy. Been with my mommy for the last few months, spending a lot of time with her. And, you know, when I'm on tour, I only show the good stuff on social media because I'm on social media punishment. And I can't really express how I feel, really, but there's a lot of tough moments that happen on tour. Long hours, busy days, and it's trying to literally survive and make a way in a foreign country, third world. No one speaks the same language. So it's a bit rough. A typical day for me is I wake up at about 6 a.m. to go to the airport, sometimes 4 or 5. We get to the airport. Flight is probably gonna be delayed because everything is so unorganized in China. So flight's delayed. I may get to the next city by like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And that's if we flew straight into the city. Sometimes a city doesn't have an airport, so sometimes we might have to fly somewhere and drive the rest of the way. So we get there that afternoon. At that point, I have to go to tech rehearsal just to run the show for the night. We get to tech rehearsal and maybe get out at about 6. At that point, after tech rehearsal, we try to find some time to eat. We've been traveling all day. Probably find some time to eat and maybe catch an hour nap because we gotta be back at the venue to perform by like 10 o'clock. Show starts at 11, second show at 12. Sometimes the first show is at 12, the second show is at 1. We get done with the show maybe about 2. Greet the fans, party with the fans. We're done at maybe like 3, sometimes 4. What time did the day before start? It started at 4 in the morning. Only to go back to the airport at the same exact time and do it all over again. So the sleep really happens when you're traveling. Because when you're there, I tell people this all the time, and the hotel staff, they love me because they never have to clean my room. Your hotel room is like a storage for your luggage. Your bed, my bed just be made because I don't barely get in it when. So that's the tour. That's the tour life. Go, go, go. But I mean, the experiences, the people, the ups and the downs. I have many, many emotional moments when I'm on tour. Moments where I feel like I'm alone. Moments where I feel like my career is not going anywhere. And then I get on stage and I look out at these Chinese people that don't even know what I'm saying. And they're screaming for me and they love me and they're embracing me. And it's like, how did this little black boy from the west side of Rockford end up in China speaking Chinese on stage? I said this to the kids today, miracles are possible. I've seen it for myself. I mean, people like talk big on TV and like, you know, a lot of people don't believe in miracles and dreams do come true and things like that, but I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen my life flip overnight. I've seen things pick up and things happen that I never imagined would happen. And China has proved that to me. That one day I could be sitting here in Rockford not knowing what I'm gonna do with my life, and the next day I could be on a flight to another country full of people that love me that I didn't even know. When I talk about things possibly changing overnight, I know that this LA journey, something could just happen. And I'm too big on believing and taking risks that I know, you know, divine destiny has it that I'm moving here for a reason. I've been trying to move here for 2 years and finally it's happening. So when I get here, I know that that time is right and something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. if I had any advice to give to the kids, the first thing would be to not let people stand in the way. It's so easy to get discouraged in school. You know, you go to school to learn and to be empowered, but somehow many students leave school broken, upset, not happy with their life. And often, I've ran into kids that don't even want to go home because they don't like their lives there. But the biggest thing is to not let those situations discourage you. To know that there's better. It could get bigger, it could get better. Things will change. And there's limitless possibilities in this thing that we call life. That's the biggest thing for me. The other thing that I would tell the students today at this school is, don't be afraid to leave Rockford. That's an honest one. You know, a lot of people may not like me saying that, but it's okay to leave and come back. I come back all the time, but I have no problem going to other places, because if you just stay in this city, you can be stuck. And that's a mistake that I've seen many people make, many people that I even went to school with, that had so much potential. They could have went so far, but they got stuck. They got comfortable with the way that things were. They just started working their job, looked up, and 2 years had went by. So those are my two things. Don't let people stand in the way. Love yourself enough to keep believing. And of course, don't be scared to skip town. Even if you just gotta go to Chicago for an audition.
I feel so good tonight. Let's make this party right.
You know, when I look ahead in life and try to envision where I'll be 40, 50 years from now, I hope that I will be nice and wealthy. But the biggest thing is that the work will always continue. No matter how far I go, the biggest thing that I'm gonna do until it's time for me to leave this earth is touch somebody's life. It's so important for me to connect with somebody, even if it's just one person. I feel empowered by that. I think hopefully by that time I can be Grammy, Oscar, Emmy, and everything award-winning artist, writer, and I mean, I'll be pretty old, so I hope I'll be being recognized as a legend. But the biggest thing for me is to be continuing the work, never stopping, and knowing that hopefully I can leave a legacy here. That's the most important thing for me, is when I leave this earth, I really, really want to be remembered for something. And I don't want it to be bad things. I want it to be good, stuff that I did, people's lives that I touched. There's a quote by Bishop T.D. Jakes from a sermon called Save the Scraps, one of my favorite quotes. It says, "Every person who endeavors to make a difference, don't think that your strength lies within the accolades that people confer to you at the end once they have discovered you." He says your real strength, your guts, your tenacity, your staying power, your discipline lies within the things that God did for you when no one was looking. If there's anyone out there right now that feels like they're not being noticed, they're not being watched, their efforts are not being validated or recognized, know that this is preparing you. This is strengthening you. I cannot stress enough that the reason why I can sit before you today as strong as I am, as confident as I am, it's because of all of those moments that I had with myself. Those moments that I've had on tour, in my hotel room by myself, when I was able to look at myself and have one-on-one moments with God Himself, knowing that one day I would be somebody. One day I would make a difference. One day the world would see. Those are the moments that have mattered to me, and those are the moments that have strengthened me. All of the moments that people don't see are the moments that make you the strongest. So I'll leave you with that. So remember, your strength is in the things that God did when no one was looking. That's what's important.